They say time waits for no one. But what if you could bend it just a little? What if the year didn't have to start in January, but instead, right now, in October? There's a growing idea quietly spreading across the world, something called the October theory. It's not a productivity hack, and it's not another New Year's resolution trend. It's a mindset, one that says you don't have to wait for the clock to strike midnight on January 1st to change your life. Because waiting until January is a trap. Most people spend the entire year saying, I'll start next month. Then next month becomes next year. And before you know it, another 12 months have passed, full of the same habits, the same distractions, the same promises broken. But October is different. October carries a certain energy, a quiet one. The chaos of summer fades. The air cools. The leaves change. And somewhere deep inside, something shifts. You begin to feel time slipping away, yet something inside whispers, you still have time. That's what October theory is about. Realizing that these final 3 months are not an ending, but a beginning. A new season, a new mindset, a clean slate hidden in plain sight. While everyone else slows down, you start to rise. While they wait for January, you begin now. Because here's the truth. If you can start building discipline in the hardest season, when the world grows darker, colder, quieter, then when the new year comes, you'll already be unstoppable. Most people overestimate what they can do in a week and underestimate what they can do in 90 days. October theory reframes the last quarter of the year as your 90-day sprint. A sprint not to perfection, but to progress. You don't have to change your entire life overnight. You just have to decide, I'm done waiting. Done waiting for the calendar to tell you when to grow. Done waiting for motivation to magically appear. Done waiting for the perfect time, because it never comes. October theory is about the early reset. It's about looking at your life right now, the habits you've built, the goals you've abandoned, the time you've wasted, and saying, enough. I still have time to turn this year around. Think about it. 3 months, 90 days. That's enough time to change your body. Enough time to build a business. Enough time to read, to learn, to heal, to grow. Enough time to completely transform your mindset before the world even wakes up on New Year's Day. Imagine how it would feel to enter January already in motion, while everyone else is just getting started. Imagine starting the new year not from zero, but from momentum. That's what this is about. You've had 9 months of trial and error, of wins and losses, of distractions and lessons. Now, October gives you a chance to reset, to take everything you've learned, the failures, the pain, the small victories, and use them as fuel for the final stretch. October theory isn't about punishment. It's not about hustle or burnout or obsession. It's about alignment. It's about reconnecting with what truly matters. You don't need to force it. You don't need to wake up at 4 a.m. and work until your eyes burn. You just need to show up, consistently, intentionally, purposefully. Let the final 3 months be your practice ground. A place to build the systems that will carry you into the next year. Because the truth is, you don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. So ask yourself, what habits will your future self thank you for starting today? What would happen if you treated these last 90 days as a chance to rehearse the life you want to live next year? Don't aim to finish the year strong just for the sake of pride. Aim to begin the next one prepared. When you use October to reset, November to build, and December to refine, January becomes your victory lap. And here's the secret most people don't realize. Momentum built now carries more power than motivation found later. Because momentum compounds. Every small action you take between now and the end of the year adds up. One workout, one journal entry, 1 hour of focus at a time. October theory says, start now, and let time become your ally, not your enemy. The changing season is your reminder. As the trees let go of their leaves, you too can let go of what no longer serves you. The doubt, the fear, the procrastination, shed them all. This is your fall season of renewal. The world outside slows down, but that doesn't mean you have to. It's your season of quiet transformation. No one needs to see it yet. This is your time in the shadows, rebuilding, recalibrating, preparing. Let others coast toward the holidays. You're building something deeper. You're investing in your foundation. Because the future belongs to those who start before they're ready. Think of the last time you told yourself, I'll start in January. How did that turn out? Maybe you had energy for a week or two. Maybe you even made progress. But soon enough, the fire burned out. Because resolutions born from guilt rarely survive. But resolutions born from purpose, from quiet, deliberate decision, that's where real change begins. That's why October theory is powerful. It's a gentle reset, not a desperate one. It's about easing into growth instead of forcing it. It's about finding strength in reflection, not pressure. You're not racing anyone. You're aligning yourself. You're walking into the new year grounded, not frantic. And here's something beautiful. When you start your reset in October, your December looks different. Instead of ending the year with regret, you end it with pride. You feel a sense of calm because you didn't waste the final stretch. You used it to rise. Think about that feeling. Waking up on January 1st, already in rhythm, already disciplined, already focused. No more "this is my year," because it already became your year 3 months ago. That's the energy October theory gives you. But it only works if you take action. Reflection without movement is stagnation. So use these 3 months wisely. Start by looking back. Ask yourself, what drained me this year? What lifted me? What habits made me proud? Which ones pulled me backward? Be honest. Brutally honest. Then, make a list, not of resolutions, but of replacements. Replace doom scrolling with deep breathing. Replace complaining with gratitude. Replace "I'll do it tomorrow" with "I'll start right now." Every replacement is a seed planted in your future. And every day you water it, even with the smallest action, it grows. This is your time to redefine what finishing strong really means. It's not about burning out in December or grinding until you collapse. It's about finishing aligned, finishing with peace, finishing with progress. Because the new year isn't a reset button. It's a continuation. And October theory reminds you, the story doesn't begin in January. It continues from where you left off. If you've had a rough year, this is your chance to rewrite the ending. If you've been lost, this is your compass. If you've been tired, this is your breath of renewal. You don't have to have it all figured out. You just have to start. That's all it ever takes. One honest decision to do better than you did yesterday. So here's the invitation. When October arrives, don't see it as the beginning of the end. See it as the start of your personal revolution. 90 days of focus. 90 days of showing up. 90 days that can change the entire trajectory of your life. Imagine how far you could be by the time the world starts shouting "New Year, New Me." You'll be calm, collected, grounded, already becoming the person they're just beginning to imagine. That's what it means to be early. That's what it means to lead yourself. October is not just another month. It's the doorway between who you were and who you can become. And only you can decide whether to walk through it. So start small. Start today. Write down 3 things you want to improve before the year ends. Then ask yourself, what would my life look like if I simply did these things consistently for 90 days? Because chances are, it would look very different. Don't underestimate the power of small beginnings. Don't let the calendar dictate your transformation. You're not late. You're right on time. And when you embrace that, when you take ownership of the final stretch, something magical happens. Time stops being your enemy. It becomes your teacher. The last 3 months become your proving ground. And when you look back, you'll realize that October wasn't the end. It was the turning point. So, let the world wait for January. You start now. While they plan, you build. While they dream, you act. While they wait, you move. Because when the clock strikes midnight on December 31st, you won't be making promises. You'll be continuing progress. That's the October theory. Not just an idea. A quiet revolution of people who refuse to waste the rest of the year. Who see endings as beginnings. Who understand that transformation doesn't start with the calendar. It starts with a choice. And if you're hearing this, maybe it's because deep down you know it's time. Time to reset. Time to realign. Time to rise. So, take a deep breath. Look at where you are. Look at how far you've come. And whisper to yourself, I still have time. Then start. Start messy. Start small. Start imperfect. Just start. Because in the end, the people who change their lives aren't the ones who wait for the right moment. They're the ones who create it. October is your moment. Use it.